Hi guys, hope all are fine. Okay, listen, actually today my intention is to explain about tenses, and most of the students, and not the students, most of the people in the world, they feel that learning tenses is just like a Herculean task or a Himalayan task. But frankly, I tell you, if you understand and learn this, it is just like a piece of cake. In the sense, it's an easy task. Okay, anyhow, listen. First of all, let us have a discussion at the definition for tense, or what do you mean by tense? And here, tenses in the sense, tenses indicate, or it indicates the time of an action. Tenses indicate the time of an action. For example, one action is done. When does that action happen? Or when did that action happen? Or when will that action happen? We have to mention the time. And that is what the definition is made here. Tenses indicate the time of an action. And suppose if you are late for the class the next day, we can't say in this manner, I was late tomorrow, because the tense is not correct. So in order to mention the time, while in order to explain an action which was done or which will be done or which is done, we use tenses. I repeat, tenses indicate the time of an action. Already I mentioned the definition here. Tenses indicate or it show the time of an action. Hope you understand. And you will know very well, formally there are three tenses: present, past and future. This is not fast, it is past, P-A-S-T, because most of the students, while pronouncing the same word, they make mistake. This is a confusion. Present, past and future. And there are some classifications for each tense, but I tell you one of the easiest ways to remember this: 12 tenses. The total number of tenses, and that is 12. I shall help you in an easy way to remember all the names of the 12 tenses. Hope you understand. See, first of all, three simple tenses. Simple tenses, and they are three simple tenses, and they are simple present, simple past and simple future. Again, three progressive tenses. Progressive in the sense continuous, we use ing form there. Progressive in the sense continuous. And three progressive tenses, and they are present progressive, past progressive and future progressive. Again, three perfect tenses, and they are present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. Again, three more remains, and they are three perfect progressive tenses, and they are present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive and future perfect progressive. The easy way to remember all the 11 tenses, I repeat, listen: three simple tenses, three progressive tenses or continuous tenses, three perfect tenses and three perfect progressive tenses. 4 into 3, 12 tenses. And today I shall explain the very first tense, and that is simple present tense. As I told you, there are three simple tenses, and they are simple present, simple past and simple future. And today my intention is to tell you, to make you understand, when do we need to use this tense at the time of conversing with the others, or communicating with the others, or while we write something. And formally, most of the people, whenever they go for learning communicative English, spoken language, those teachers, they teach them the tenses like anything. But frankly, I am saying you, dear students, it is very easy. Instead of memorizing the names of the 12 tenses and the form of the verb, you just try to understand, when do I need to use this tense while speaking? That is important. And most of the pupils, they try to memorize all the names of the tenses, all the form of the verbs. No use at all. Actually, whatever we learn, why do I learn this, or when do I need to use this? That has to be understand first. Do you understand? When do we need to use this tense? That is important. That has to be understood first. Okay, listen. As I told you, there are three simple tenses and they are simple present, simple past and simple future. The very first one, simple present tense. And see, the structure is, the form of the verb belongs to simple present tense is subject followed by V1, verb 1, the base form, or along with the V1, yes or es or ies plus object. And now you got a confusion. Two verb forms are given here. Either V1 or along with the V1, yes or es or ies has to be added. Listen very carefully. If the subject is plural, singular and plural already we have learned. If the subject is plural, use V1 form of the verb. Hope you understand. Whereas, if the subject is singular, along with the V1, yes or es or ies has to be added in simple present tense. For example, she comes today. Along with the come, yes is added. She comes today. She carries a bag. Along with the carry, ies is added. In place of why, ies is added. She goes to school. Along with the go, es is added. Because in all the three examples what I said now, in those sentences, the subject is singular. Eka vajana, something you call in Kannada. Am I right? Okay, see. Here the subject followed by verb 1 or V1 plus yes or es or ies and finally object. This is the structure of a sentence which is in simple present tense. As I told you, this is not important. The main important thing, when do we need to use this tense? As I told you twice or thrice. Listen. To express an action, in order to express an action that happens in the present, now, at a definite time, we use simple present tense. For example, she comes today. She comes today. He plays cricket. He watches television. And in the same manner, they play cricket. Hope you understand? In order to express an action that happens in the present at a definite time, we use simple present tense. And the second situation, to express the universal fact, universal truth, like most of the universal facts we express in simple present tense. For example, the sun rises in the east. Rises, R-I-S-E-S, along with the V1 rise, S is added because the sun subject is singular. In the same manner, one of the other examples, see, the earth revolves around the sun. Revolves, R-E-V-O-L-V-E plus S, because earth is singular. In the same manner, 5 and 5 make 10. It's a universal fact. 5 and 5 make 10. Here, 5 and 5, a subject is plural, so make V1 form is used. I repeat once, I repeat, listen. In order to express an action that happens in the present at a definite time, at the same time, to express universal facts, we use simple present tense. And one of Newton's law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That sentence expresses in simple present tense. The verb is. Actually, is a helping verb. In that sentence, it is the main verb. Hope you understand. And a few examples I mentioned here. The sun rises in the east. And some students might be having the doubt here. See, I just compare this sentence along with the structure. Subject, the sun, subject. Followed by V1 or V1 plus S or ES or IES. And here, the sun in the sense only one sun everybody knows, and that is singular. So if the subject is singular, along with the verb 1, R-I-S-E, rise, verb 1, along with the V1, we must use S. I told you, if the subject is singular, we must use S or ES or IES along with the verb. Because the subject is singular according to simple present tense. And finally, the object part. Second sentence, he comes today. And here also the V1 is come, along with the come, S is added. Why? That is because in this sentence, he, subject is singular. And the last one, they live in Chennai. They live in Chennai. Here, no S, no ES, no IES, only Hope you understand. Here I mentioned, if the subject is singular in simple present tense, if the subject or the main part is called the subject, if the subject is singular, along with the V1, S or ES or IES has to be added. Hope you understand. In the same manner, in simple present tense, if the subject is I or you with the plural, I or you with the plural, only V1 form has to be used. As I told you here, the little Shammai, I write a letter. We never say I write a letter. Some students might be having the doubt now. I, the smallest word in English, I. Am I right? And it is not singular. It has to be in simple present. According to English grammar rules, I has to be considered as plural. I in the same manner you. If the subject is I or you with the plural, V1 form of the verb has to be used in simple present tense. Let us have a quick revision. Simple present tense, as I told you, there are three simple tenses. They are simple present, simple past and simple future. And the very first one, simple present tense, and the structure is, or the form of the verb belongs to simple present tense is subject,